So thank you everyone for coming. My name is Jill Mott. I do the beer and wines here at Bluebird, and it's a joy to share things like this. I know a lot of you were probably, when you tasted the Estrella, how many of you have had Estrella down from Barcelona? A few takers, right? It's nice, clean, lager, easygoing, and you're probably thinking, antique beer. Not so much. Very clean, crisp, light, right? You could probably drink 7 in a row. I wanted to have this because I thought it's kind of the complete opposite to this. It's the antithesis of antique beers. This beer is, I love it. I can drink a few. It's easy drinking, great summer quaffer. At the same time, it's beers like this that are kind of casting a shadow on beers like this. Most of them are a lot more expensive than beers like that, but you also can have maybe one of these beers, maybe 2 if you've got a good liver going for you. And then you just can't handle anymore. They're pretty leaded in terms of flavor. They're leaded in terms of alcohol. Some of them, some of them aren't. So they're quite saturating in terms of what they offer for flavor. Whereas something like Estrella, as much as I love the beer, is just kind of easy to tip back in summer. So kind of bleeding into the antique beer scene. Plus, this is just a good wet whistle, get you going. So thinking about antique beers and ancient beers, does anybody know how far brewing history goes back? Do you have like a date of reference or a period of time? Someone was asking me the other day, we were having this question, they said, I like the Sumerians. They're right on many accords, but the Sumerians in about 3500 BCE, the Zagros Mountains in present-day Iran, there are actually recipes on tablets on stone that talk about how beer is made. Of course, very crude versions of beer, but beer nonetheless. But when we think about it, beer actually goes back to about 9500 BCE. Granted, it was an accident. That was about the time that humans started to cultivate grains. So what happens? They cultivated some grain. They probably made a porridge of some sort with water, with warm water, left it, forgot about it, came back, drank either the broth or ate the porridge. Not only did it was a little bit of a different taste that they weren't used to, maybe they had a few laughs, spontaneous fermentation happened, and thus created what we would know to be the first kind of brew or beer that was completely by accident. And then of course, experimenting with different grains and finding out what works, we find, roughly 6,000 years later, people actually saying, this grain works better in this region, this type of water works better, we're going to malt our grains thusly, and then we come to the tablets. Come fast forward to present day, beer is the 3rd most consumed beverage on our planet, behind water and tea. So Coca-Cola can't touch it, with all the high fructose corn syrup that they're pumping out. Wine can't touch it. And you think about with beer, it's such a great thing that socioeconomically, beers can be $5. On my menu here, I've got $5 beers and I've got $41 beers. You can pretty much taste the best of the best at $41, $50. Whereas wine, as everybody knows here, they could start in a restaurant $25, $30 and go up into the thousands. So the elitism of wine is a little bit harder to taste, kind of a variation of styles of beer.